Hello, everybody. My name is Ram. This is from Unconventional Money. I'm here with Johnny A. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so I actually saw Johnny's YouTube, and I was interested in the different things that he was doing. So I reached out to him, and so basically we're here. And so, Johnny, how long have you? First of all, how old are you?
I am 29 years old.
Okay, so I'm 33, so you're still prime of life. And then, how long ago did you start getting into investing?
I started investing around 5 years ago, back
Wow.
around 2017, mid 2017.
Okay, so you're now. Did your family ever teach you this, or is this just something like I kind of had to learn solo because my family wasn't,
Yeah. Actually, my family didn't really know too much about investing. I actually got into investing from a friend of mine who was investing into. He was using the app Acorns, which is what I use now.
Acorns.
And yeah, and I basically started small because I didn't know too much about investing. So I threw $100 into Acorns just to start out with and get my feet wet. And basically, a couple months passed, and I basically saw the potential. I started seeing gains in the stock market using Acorns, and I started putting more money into it. And then I thought to myself, man, I need to do more research on this. So that's when I started researching about investing, dollar cost averaging, compound interest, and as well as dividends. And to this day now, I see like the growth that and the power that investing has compared to just saving your money in a regular savings account. So it's been crazy.
Your money doesn't do anything in a bank. It's utterly worthless.
That is correct. Yes.
And it doesn't keep up with inflation either. So it's literally it's actually a negative because it doesn't keep up with inflation, and it's
right.
But the bank's using it, making fat money off their interest on it, right? When they're putting money to work, and they don't give you anything. So
yep.
Yeah.
Sorry. So that's basically yes. So that's how I basically started.
Okay.
And basically I've been sharing my investment journey on YouTube as well on Instagram, and a lot of people have been liking the videos that I've been putting out. And I'm basically just showing everybody that you don't need a lot of money to start investing. You can start with $5 a day, whatever, $10 a day, $100 a week, a month, whatever you can, and you'll see over time your money will grow and make you more money. So
yeah, I think you nailed it. A lot of people feel like, oh, well, I don't have just tons of money. I know when I first started, I think I put like $200, so it wasn't like some astronomically high number. Same when I started my first company, I only had $300. It's just now I'm at a level where I have a little bit, but I tell people, look, when you start, most of us aren't starting off with 20 grand just to burn, right? We might have a couple $100. Maybe we don't even have it. Maybe like I got an extra 50. But I think the point is, anything you're going to do, you have to start small, right? No one starts off being number one.
Exactly. That is correct.
What is it that you look for? Do you have a strategy when you're going to invest in companies? Is there something specific you look for?
Yeah. So like, for example, I always recommend looking at market cap. That's definitely big, and definitely do research on market cap. Obviously, a lot of people mainly look, I feel, into like the tech sector because that's what's popular. And for example, like Apple or like maybe Tesla, Microsoft. These are the big companies out there that are making a lot of money, a lot of revenue. And I feel like people that are new to investing should start looking into these big tech sectors first because that's what's popular right now. And I feel personally, it's a safer way to go because these are products that people are actually buying and they're using in our daily lives.
Apple, Microsoft, like the big players, you mean? These guys?
Yes, correct. That is correct. So that's something I encourage you guys to, first of all, do your research on. Don't just put money into a regular company that you don't know about. And, definitely, in my opinion, if you want to also go another safer way is to invest into ETFs, maybe like the S&P 500, the VOO, and that'll make it a little bit more easier for your money to work for you, basically because S&P 500 just tracks the top 500 companies in the US. and you don't have to just pick individual stocks as well.
Right.
So,
They do it for you. They spread the
exactly.
money throughout the top. Yeah. So I know, like, I'm sure you've heard of Dave Ramsey, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Yep.
He's very big on the S&P 500 because from a purely financial standpoint, you do eliminate a lot of risk because you're investing in the top 500 companies. Some of these companies have been around for over 100 years, so chances are they made it past the am I going to make it phase in life, right?
That is correct. Yes.
So do you work as well, or are you just doing full-time investing in
Right now, I currently have 2 jobs.
Okay.
So
okay.
I work full time and I have a part-time job.
Wow, good deal.
And yeah, so basically, I used to be one of those
time, and then you have a part-time job, and then you're using that money to invest in your portfolios.
That is correct. I used to be one of those people where I would get paid and just throw my money into a savings account. And basically, I saw that my money wasn't even working for me having it in the savings account. So
correct.
That's why I started to go aggressive in investing, like I said, in the stock market and in crypto as well. I feel it's definitely great to diversify your money in several ways, whether it's in the stock market, the crypto market, real estate, or in a business. These are all great ideas to start throwing your money into.
How many hours a week would you say you're working between your 2 jobs?
Right now, currently, at the time, I would say around 65 to 70 hours a week.
Man, so you're working a lot. See, so this is a nice thing because some people will say, well, I don't have a lot of time to like do this, but you're working above what an average person works typically.
Right.
And you're still finding time. So, I run a few small companies. So yeah, I stopped kind of keeping track because it's hard to say. Cause like if I'm in the car, I'm maybe done to meet. It's like asking someone, how much do you blink? Well, I don't know. I do it. It's just a part of life. But the point I'm trying to make is, even like you're working, which is great, and you're still finding time to learn about investments and money. Because a lot of people are, I don't have time. It's too time consuming. You have time because you have a business. So if you want to take the week off, but here you are working and you're still doing it. So I think that's good for people to see. Like, this isn't only just for business owners. This is literally for anybody.
For anybody, yeah. Yes, that is correct. Yes.
So what's the goal? Let's say in the next, you're only 29. Let's say, what's the goal in the next 5 years? You want to just continue growing your portfolios?
Yes, I would actually. My dream is to retire young. I would like to retire around my 40s, 50s, if I can.
Okay.
I would also like to just make some passive income with dividends because I feel like dividends play a huge role in the stock market, and a lot of people don't know about it.
Some people don't know what dividends are, so why don't you explain that? Because someone says dividends. What's a dividend?
Yeah. So I could give an example here real quick. So I'm gonna use the company Apple, which a lot of people know who they are. Right. And basically, if you want to buy an Apple stock, you're basically investing into Apple and their company. And since Apple gives out a dividend, which is basically like a little, I like to say a little bonus check that you receive every couple. I'm pretty sure Apple pays a dividend every 3 months. So for investing into Apple, they're gonna pay you. They're gonna send you a little bit of money every 3 months just for investing into their company and basically, believing in them and holding on to their stock for a long time. So they're gonna pay you a dividend every 3 months. And that money that they give you, you could reinvest it, or you could take it out and use it as well for maybe you want to throw into your savings account, whatever you want. So that's something.
So why do you think a company like Apple does dividends? Why do you think they're doing
that? Well, I believe it's because they're basically one of the biggest companies in the tech sector, and around the world. I mean, people are buying their phones. They make great products.
I'm talking on a MacBook. I have this, and I got the new what are these? The Max AirPod things.
It's Max.
So someone had so yeah. I mean, and I'm not even an Apple fan. It's just their products are easy to use for.
Right, and a lot of people like their products. So this is why I feel they're paying their customers, people that believe in them, dividends just to invest in their companies.
Yeah,
so they want to reward people for investing in them.
Right, right. Yeah, and that's the purpose of it. It's kind of like loyalty points. It's like, I
Yes,
can't leave them because I got loyalty points, and you build
that's
that.
correct.
Right. So you said you want to retire in your, let's say, 40s, and you want to do this. Do you want to start your own company, or is it purely I want to do this off investments in the stocks and live off dividends and call it a day?
Yeah, I would like to eventually live off stocks, dividends.
Sure.
I believe crypto as well has huge potential in the long run, but we still have to wait and see. I still think crypto is a little bit early right now to say where it's really heading, but I would like to do that full time. Eventually, as well, grow my YouTube channel and see if I can make other ways of passive income that way, and just keep on, spreading advice on investing, encouraging other people to get their feet wet a little and to start
Yeah,
investing for their
because so
future
many
and
of us, I mean, I'm a little bit older than you, a few years older than you. I mean, we're not taught this right when we're young. We're taught stupid stuff.
retirement.
Like I'm
Yeah.
taught what the ancient pharaoh ate with his wife before he was killed. Okay, that's great, but there's a reason there's a reason their society isn't around anymore, right? It's like,
Right. That's great.
yeah, like there's a reason they're not around. It's like how come I wasn't taught on how taxes work, how to do tax
Yeah.
write-offs, how to invest? Like rather than run to the store like a fool and buy a new Apple product, it's like how come I wasn't taught, hey, you can put that money in Apple and actually have Apple work for you. So when that new
That is
release
correct.
comes and everyone's all ecstatic, you can sit back and say, I know I'm going to make money this year because but like we're not taught this stuff. We're taught some of the most
Right.
useless information when we're young, and then like I said, I was in my mid 20s when I started my first business, and I had to learn the hard way. And I was like, man, had I been taught this when I was younger, dude, how much further would I be ahead? But again, we're not taught. Our parents often don't know. They're ignorant. We
Right.
spend all our time watching basketball and stuff that's utterly useless to us in the real world outside of, and it's sad because we're not taught. So I think it is good when people are putting this kind of stuff on YouTube, and it shows everyone. One of the goals with my channel is to show everyone, like I just did an interview with another guy. He's 25. He has a pressure washing business, and
Okay.
so I like showing all the different walks. Like I did one guy, he owns a mobile car wash company. Then I did another dude, he just works. He literally works at a bank, and then with the money he's getting at the bank, he's investing. So it shows
So,
everyone, like everyone from business owners to workers to young people to elderly people, anybody can do it, and it's not
yeah.
just for business owners or just for millionaires. It's for
Hmm.
everybody. And
That's
I think
correct.
that's the big
Yes.
thing that people need to remember. Like anybody can do this. This isn't some special, secret society where only the elite can do this. It's like anybody can do it. Literally anybody can do it.
Yes, and they make it, and now everything is actually more easier to access
Oh, for
because they're
sure.
making all these apps that you could just use in your phone, and we use our phones every day. So you got all these crazy apps at Robinhood, you got Acorns, you got Sofi, you got Fidelity, all these great apps that you could just start investing with small amounts of money. So today's world is just very easy to access this information.
It really is, because you have to think like, I mean, my grandfather, when he was alive, he told me about investments. I'm like, how did you guys do? He's like, oh, we would have to call, ask him, how's this one? Like, the level of
Yeah.
headache to do it, let's say 50 years ago. I mean, now we just download an app and I can check it lifetime. I can wire
Right.
money. Like, it's really so easy. It's like you kind of, like, I mean, it's so easy. Like, how much easier can it get? Like,
Right.
get a basic phone, download the apps for free. Even if you're poor and you don't have Wi-Fi, like you can get Wi-Fi like at Starbucks. Like
Yep.
it's just so easy to do. So I think it is good to encourage people. But okay, cool.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's the plan in the next 10 years, right? 10
Yes.
or
Yes.
10 to 10 sort of years, retire, live off the investments, and just call it a day and enjoy life and be free, right?
Yes, that's
Because
my
that's the whole
dream.
purpose of working hard, right? To have freedom, right? It's
Exactly. Yes.
so you can have your time, because that's one thing you cannot buy. You cannot buy it back. So it's like do it now while you're young. So
Right. Time is the most valuable thing we have. So.
yeah, because you can't buy it back. Money can always
Right.
be earned, but time can never be bought back. Once it's gone, it goes into wherever it goes, and you don't get it back. So
That is correct.
cool. So any plans on any coming up videos? You're just going to continue showing your portfolio?
Yeah. So right now, I'm basically showing my portfolio as of right now. I do want to make like a special video for when I do hit $50,000 on my Acorns. I want to basically share to the people how I got there, what my story was, and you know, just keep on encouraging, keep on motivating people out there that are new to investing, and just trying to get into investing in the market or whatever it is, crypto, like I said
Sure.
earlier, business or real estate, whatever it is. Definitely consider investing for your future and in yourself. So, because in the long term, it will pay off for you.
Yeah, if people look at the stock market in general, we have dips, but if you look at the
Yes.
overall projection, like people freak out when there's a dip, but look at that same stock from like 3 years ago, and you're still like, what? Like I remember my neighbor a couple, maybe 6-7 months ago, when Tesla took a dip, he freaked out and sold it. I was like, wait a minute, go look at what Tesla was just 5 years ago, dude. It's
Yeah.
like 12-fold, if not, I forget. The numbers were just like, wait, so you're freaking out because there's a little 20% dip, but if you look at the 5-year projection, dude, it's just it's insane. Like what Tesla was even 5-6 years ago to what it is now. Like
Yeah.
you know, even Bitcoin's dropped a lot, but even so, had you bought one just 10 years ago, you would have over $90 million. You'd be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Off an investment of 10 grand 10 years ago. I mean, tell me what else? I made a lot of money in cryptocurrency, and I was like, what other? Actually, I used it. I cashed out, and then I own a plumbing electric company, and I used that to purchase I used some of that money to purchase a new vehicle. So I took that money and then flipped it into a van for one of my staff, and now we're making that money back. And then now with the money he's bringing in, I take a chunk of that out, and then I'm putting it back in. So, but I told someone, how else are you going to make this big of even when it's down? I mean, if you just kept your money in the bank, like we've said, you're losing.
You're losing, yes.
You know, with inflation, and they're not paying you anything, and you're losing. So I only keep my money really in the bank when I need to do payments and things. Other than that, to me, banks are utterly useless. Other than, you know, they're good to store it, but you can't rely on them for making money. You know,
yeah, definitely.
Over. Yeah.
I always encourage people to have like a savings account for emergencies, and I think
Sure.
Dave Ramsey is really huge on this. He said have at least 3 to 6 months of expenses in the savings account for whatever emergency you might have. And I always encourage people to do that. And once you have all that settled, and also one other thing I feel I should mention in the video is not having too much debt. Because if you have so much debt, then you really can't play around with your money. You got to get out of debt first and then start investing and get your feet wet.
You're right. You should be paying your debts off first, because debt, like if you've got high level credit card debt and you're paying 12%, you're better off paying that, because that's an instant 12% savings than you playing around with the money, because you should be paying off debt first. So if you've got major debts like credit cards or whatever, then yeah, you should be paying debt off and then invest. So I'd agree with you.
Yeah, correct.
Beautiful. Well, hey man, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you joining me. To everyone watching the video, I'll have a link below to his channel. And then if we get enough likes and things, maybe I'll hit you up and we'll do a part 2. We'll see how your account's doing, okay?
All right, awesome. Thanks so much for having me, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time. I know, and guys, so right now, just to put this in perspective, I'm in California. It's about 7:15, so it is what, 10:15 for you?
Yeah, around 10:17.
10:17. Okay, so you see, guys, you got to work and tomorrow's like birthday. It's just the way it is. So you can just put it in when you can get it, right? So
definitely keep on grinding.
Okay. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jonathan.
All right, thank you, man. Thanks.
Many blessings. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Ram wants you to succeed and will continue to bring you unconventional money-making content for free. Leave a comment below, a like, and if you would, subscribe for more money-making tips. Also, take this opportunity for an amazing offer from Webull. 2 free stocks worth up to $1,800. See the link in the description below. They even give Ram a free stock. Everybody wins.